Yo guys, I'm Yellow, the Norwegian hardcore PC gamer, and today I figured that we should at last make a video that I wanted to do like 3 weeks ago by now, maybe almost a month. So I'm gonna go through spots and jumps and crazy random places on the new nuke right here that you might want to know about if you want to get good at this map. Now keep in mind that like with a few of the other types of videos I've done of this type, the further into the video we get, the more obscure, random, unknown, or completely new the stuff I will show you will be. And we will start off with these two boxes right here, which you can boost on top of. And they also do provide for a good cover in yard. So let's say somebody are on an eco round. Maybe they already have a yard control, and you know they will do this. That can be used with a teammate to boost up on, and it's very powerful, I would say. The next thing is very useful, and most people should know this by now. You can just stealth walk all the way up here, and the stealth part is what I want to put emphasis on, because getting all the way up here, being completely unhearable from the enemy's perspective, unless they see you, is very useful if you want to get a different hold of heaven right here, or try to contest A. So remember that flank is possible, aside from getting down from the vent, I meant to say the silo in yard though. Then again, that makes sound, this doesn't really, so that's why I would recommend that, and that's why that's thing number 2 I wanted to showcase. Now this is going to be thing number 3, and this requires some timing skills, but you can basically do the same here. This one is the most difficult. I like to strafe a bit so that you can hit this landing properly. So I'm going to, in the end of this video, link to my little strafe tutorial, which is also pretty useful if you, for example, are being chased by a dude here and you want to get to cover. You can strafe around corners and such. But yeah, you can do the same here by being stealthy, sneak all the way up. And the utility here is obviously for anybody that might be in the little garage area right here, or whatever kind of call out people want to use, in which you can also combine it with a little surfing right here and a little strafe around the corner. You make noise when you land, but now you've been able to bypass their view right here. So use that however you would like, as a terrorist or as a CT. Now, the next thing coming up here will be very cheeky if you intend on killing people and you're trying to do a little double save with a buddy. You can actually stand on this little yellow pole thingamajig right here, and if you inch yourself out a bit here, you can actually fall down too, but that seemed to be randomly difficult because you're going to move forward and then down. But anyways, point is that if you just hug the wall, your teammate can stand on top of your head, and that means that he will get a lovely little view above here. He can shoot anybody that might come around. Keep in mind, though, that you're close to the danger, so be prepared to fight. But on an eco round, that can be pretty useful if you want to catch a dude off guard and then try and kill him. So let's move over then to the ramp area, because that's where some of the more crazy stuff I've been able to find out and have discovered is going to be. Now this is going to be the most useful for people of a lower skill level, because if a player think, alright, nobody engaged me here, it's probably safe, I'm just gonna go to the hell area and run past. If you have either boosted up on here by the help of a teammate, in which you have to be very careful, because if you make noise they might hear, this can be very useful. But I would recommend almost the same for people on eco rounds, to sit here and have this in your field of view and just wait with a P250, maybe a Nova, or the USP. The reason is that then you can maybe fight if they get close, if you care to, or you can just assassinate them if they decide to run around this box. So you gotta be a bit careful and hear what they're doing, and that's aside from if they actually utilize this crack to see you as well. But I just wanted to point it out, because these things happen on maps, and the design possibility is actually there, and if you utilize it, that's kind of nifty and cool. So yeah, aside from that, you can technically see beneath these boxes, but it's so little, it's worthless. But this box, not so worthless. As you can see straight through this box beneath it. So if you have an eye for detail and you are suspecting somebody to camp behind here, you can actually see where they're sitting, and keep in mind that you can wallbang these boxes. They are pretty much hollow. I think they decrease the damage by like 60-70%, so you don't deal too much damage. But if you really want to tag them a bit, make them scared, make them peek, you can actually look beneath it, so I would recommend to do that as well. Now we're going to go over to the most fun site, or the most crazy site, thanks to some of the modifications. And from the get-go, you can, as with the other boxes, shoot straight through this one as well. So remember, if you think somebody are camping camping here, just spam a bit through this down section like this, for example, and you'll quickly hear or see blood on the other side, and that's aside from them, if they are there, maybe decide to attack, which means that you can now go for the gunfight, you know. So go figure, you can do that, or you can just chuck a molly to the side here, which will force them out, similarly to what you can do in this little toxic room, which is now placed here as well, in which if you make it land in the middle, it engulfs everything, and that's very brutal, so the enemy better be careful. And that's aside from something that is new towards this metagame, and that is to smoke off important areas where people think they can camp, so they can, you know, peek based upon what they see. This ruins that plan, and you can do it in both places, basically. So if you do this, fake quickly and wait. If you have enough time, this is almost a complete true killer of the enemy. Then again, make sure that they fall a bit deeper in so they can't jump out and twist around, you know, like jump, strafing and that sort of stuff. Because then that makes them even worse to hit. Then again, yeah, like, people got different skill levels all across the board of CS, so it's very difficult to predict exactly what they might do. Now, the last couple of things you guys might have already seen in a little video I made about the changes on this map some time ago. This is gonna be first then, I guess, on about these small ledges. They will allow you to get positions that are a little bit obscure and strange, but they do help if you, for example, want to cover the vent area. You can stand on the little ledge all the way over here as well. And while they do expose you a lot, if you suspect somebody to be sneaky, you can quickly dispose of them, and you will be able to see them a little bit faster than you would with conventional means. Then again, you are sacrificing a cover, and that means that you could get killed right here, so you gotta be kind of careful in how much you want to commit right here, alright? Then again, anything is better than nothing if you know that they might go down the vent. In which, yeah, you can do it to both places, and this one can be combined with shooting downwards, which is, yes, I know, difficult. You gotta practice the aim a bit, because it feels really wonky, but it's a thing. It's a thing. So yeah, and now I guess we should go to the most rare thing, the thing that honestly nobody on this map have done before, and maybe there's like 2 or 3 other few people out there that know of this. I just figured this out myself, and it was all sparked on being able to slide on this surface right here. I was like, can you do that here as well? And then randomly I learned that if you land here properly, you are actually standing on a very small ledge, and this is very useful, because if you and a teammate properly line it up so you can land on this ledge, you suddenly have an incredibly demonstrably overpowered, or not super overpowered, like if they pre-aim you, you're basically dead as fast as you can kill them, you know. It becomes a regular gunfight. But here it's the obscure fact of where you're standing, not sitting, by the way. You should stand here. That gives you a decent advantage. Valve will most likely eventually patch this, for all I know, but yeah, it's still a fun angle, because it means that if you then stand up, when they are then moving out here, they're not going to expect something to be here. I mean, after all, this entire portion of the map have been closed off, so you having that angle is most likely going to let you dink them with any weapon you have, which again is why I'm going to recommend both teams to try and use this if you get the chance. But it requires a buddy to boost you up, and you have to land properly on the ledge, which requires some practice. So I would do that practice offline with a buddy if I were you. And that's aside from the fact that, yeah, you should most likely stand, because it makes it more difficult for your enemy to do whatnot. I just tuned down the gravity here so you could see that it's actually possible to sit on it, and that, like, you can actually move and everything. So it's a very interesting thing right there. The rest about this map, I gotta point out that it's still fairly new, and there are a lot of walls that are incredibly hollow and just thin in general, so you can like use an AK here and there, or the OP or whatever the hell, in order to wallbang places. So the more people get run through on this map, the more it will be explored in that sense. So believe me, while some of these things are brand new, recently discoveries, they will most likely be very obsolete in like a very short time, I at least predict. But anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and yeah, hopefully I'll see you guys whenever I do decide to tune up the stream, most likely after this video is done. If you want to support me and my work, I would recommend you to become a Patreon. You get lovely perks. Almost anything that you could imagine regarding CS is listed there as well, so take a look at least. Thanks for watching, have a nice day, and don't get beastified when you play.